Hello again and welcome to the second episode of Goggle Rocks. Thanks for watching the first one. Really appreciated the feedback got from all of you that watched it. And if you haven't watched it, you're welcome to tune in again and see it. This episode, we've got much more than we had last time. I've been impressed with the amount of artists that have come forward and offered some music, but more about that later. This week, what have I been reading? I've been reading this book by Sting. Now, big fan of the Police. When I was very young, I remember buying one of the Regatta de Blanc as the first album. Love the Police ever since then. Never got to see them live, which is a big regret. I did see Sting perform at the Mandela concert, but absolute cracking book. Thank you for Ross Frone of Rock Regeneration for lending it to me. If you haven't read it, it's an absolutely fantastic read and really enjoyed it. And the best part of it is they explain where Roxanne was inspired, and it's a place in France that I've been to, funnily enough, and it made the song even real. So worth reading. I don't know where to start. Got so much music. We've got the very first video is a guy from Bournemouth called Timo Peach, who has been in a band called MomoTempo, and he is a bit mad, a bit zany, and produces music like nothing else. He's a videographer. He's created some absolutely stunning videos. He's a presenter. You may have seen him at various events presenting, but music is his big passion, and he's written a song called Pandemonstrate, and this is all about the current situation, I'll let him explain, because you listen to the song, you'll find out what it's about. But absolutely brilliant song, and kicking off the show with that.
moving slow, I've been late, but now I'm gonna Pandemonstrate. Back when I had no fears, I was dropping through the gears, dreaming of the futures I'd own. After all these years, when your face reappears, I realize how much I've not done, and that we're all simply waiting for a summer that will never come. Now we're not who we might have been. We're all about adding up our power of shared dreams. Sometimes showing up by staying unseen, facing up to letting go of the elders we've revered. 'Cause who we look to are leaving, and few old heroes haven't disappeared. Picturing the road ahead, I see a star for the dawn to fill. There's a time to occupy, stop the traffic with a sign, but the line has got to be cleared until we can walk in the light of the light still over the hill. I'm hoping it'll demonstrate much to live as the one now, but no one's left untouched.
Gotta love a bit of Momo Tempo. Hope you enjoyed that. Up next we have Jack Grace, somebody who I have followed for a very long time, local Bournemouth artist who makes me really proud to support the local scene. He has a massive passion for what he does. He has kept to his own mandate. He's not deserting his style for any particular trend. He writes music that he believes in with a passion, without any compromise. And recently he's had some health issues with his throat, and I think there was some panic, the fact that he may not be able to sing, but thankfully the operations have gone well and things are hopefully returning to as they were. Jack's been, like the rest of us, holed up during lockdown, and he's been creating some new music. We're hoping for some new releases soon, and he's recorded a new song for us called "Supposed to Be Me," and this is all about identity and about being yourself, not following the trends of other people. And proud to call him a friend, and proud to see he's still creating music and pushing on through diversity. So listen to this, be moved, just enjoy it. Jack Grace, this is Supposed to Be Me.
If you look inside of what you're supposed to be, please don't try so hard to find philosophies. If you do, make sure you're careful. Stealing your opinions could be awful. If you look inside of what you're supposed to know, how prepared would you become to let it go? If you do, make sure you're careful. Faking your decisions could be awful. You're already done. It's all been said before, and nobody's won. You can't even hold it all if you look inside of what you're supposed to be. Please don't try so hard to find philosophies. If you do, make sure you're careful. Faking your decisions could be awful. You're already done. It's all been said before, and nobody's won. You can't even hold it all. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no, oh no, what have I done? Oh no, you're already done. It's all been said before, and nobody's won. You can't even hold it all. You're already done. It's all been said before, and nobody's won. You can't even hold it all.
Right, next up we have some rock for you. I came across these guys back last summer where they entered a battle of bands that I was judging down in Wareham, and they turned up. They had matching outfits, matching trainers, very professional, very polite, just generally really nice guys, and absolutely blown away by their performance. They were the winners. I could not let them win. They were just so good, so polished, and impressed everybody on the day. And they've gone on. They played a lot of gigs. They've released some tunes, and we're eagerly awaiting the debut album, which hopefully is not too far away. Those guys have been busy as well in lockdown. They've produced a really great video with lots of theatrics of Tenacious D's tribute, and there's even a devil and they've even recreated the official studio and everything. It's really worth watching. So go onto YouTube, and I'm sure you'll find it if you put in Capulus. The tune that we've got for you is a recent single called Resist, and they've recorded this live for us, and it's a real energetic performance. They show sort of different side to their game. They get heavier, more melodic, and yeah, they're going to blow your socks off. This is Capulus with Resist.
This is like out to us. Won't be held down any longer. Never know the chance. Feel less than a goddamn powder. This is after now. We will take all this for granted, 'cause we want it all. This time we'll break this down.
That was Capulus. Hope you enjoyed it. Just going to tell you a little bit about the Rock Regeneration website, www.rock-regeneration.co.uk. I think we've been going for about 8 years, and we review local and national bands. Normally attend lots of gigs and review them, and just give bands a helping hand. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about what we've been doing this week and what you can find there. So if you want to pop along and read some the articles. The first one this week, really enjoyed doing this, the Lockdown band. They are a family who live in Dorset, and they wanted to pay homage to the Lighthouse, which in Poole, which is most people my age call it Poole Art Centre, and years. My first gig was there, 1981. I saw Madness, and I was a bit cheeky really because my mum was an usherette, and I was lucky enough to be let into lots of gigs free. So, oh crumbs, Iron Maiden, things like the 80s bands, 5 Star, Human League, OMD, Level 42, saw bands that I probably would not necessarily have seen normally. There's Percy Sledge, Benny King, bands like the Hollies, and then I hit my stride. I sort of found the alternative new wave bands. There was like the bands like The Mission, The Cult, Psychedelic Furs, and then bands like Big Country that I really got into. All About Eve, the list goes on. Ned's Atomic Dustbin, Wonder Stuff, all those sort of bands. So the Lockdown band wrote a song all about the Art Centre and all about the classic gigs that have been there, and it's called And the Floor Bounced, and it's a really, really addictive song. You only need to listen to it once and it'll be really drumming into your head, and it's an absolute cracking song, so check that out. And there was also a review that Ross did by a band called The Glorias. Moral High Ground is the name of the album, and they're a band that we've seen quite a lot, garage band, featuring our good friend Billy, who literally, if I literally go out of the county to Hampshire, virtually every gig I go to I bump into him, and he's a massive music fan like myself, so we could talk for hours about music. So hearing him produce an album with all his influences was very enjoyable. Then after that, new band Cold Culprits released a song called Setting Suns, and brand new sort of one-man band sort of thing with lots and lots of different influences going on, modern influences, really worth checking out. And then probably a favourite of mine, the Black Star Riders. They surprisingly released a single called Candidate for Heartbreak. So they feature Scott Gorham from Thin Lizzy and Ricky Warwick, formerly of the Almighty. I believe he was in New Model Army at one time. But Black Star Riders is, really good. They're so melodic. They've got a bit of, there's the Thin Lizzy sort of Gary Moore sort of Celtic influence in it. And I've seen Black Star Riders many, many times, and I've stood in front of Scott Gorham, and I'm literally in awe of him. I was lucky enough when they reformed the reformed Thin Lizzy, when Ricky Warwick was the lead singer. I was lucky enough to go to Southampton Guildhall and interview him, and met Ricky a few times. Really, really nice guy, and very genuine guy from Northern Ireland. And I got to shake Scott Gorham's hand, and I was a little dumbstruck. He is one of the best guitarists I've ever seen play, and he's just such a natural. So worth checking out the new single. And the other one that we've recorded, or we've written about, I should say, rather than recorded, is a new single by Matt Underdown. Matt is he's been going quite a while as a solo artist, and has recorded an album, and this is sort of the first set of recordings after the album. He's in a band, and obviously due to the pandemic he's had to break from the band, and he's written this song at home, and it's quite a hard-hitting song, and it's something that he tackles sort of the mental health issues from a personal point of view, and but it's a positive spin on it, and it's a really good track. He's already had some great feedback, and you also find an article on our website about that. So this next track, he's actually recorded a live version especially for us from home. So this is Matt Underdown and the Deep End.
Was it worth all the pain from the moment you opened your eyes? Was it worth all the tears? 'Cause I wanted to be by your side. Was it worth all the heartache and the distance between you and I? Was it worth hoping one day we'll start again. Right the wrongs and I'll be your best friend. All I wanted was a life for me and for you. Hoping one day I'll see you smile. I can make all of this turn out right. All I wanted was swim in the dark if I'm thrown in the deep end. And I'm thrown in the deep end. Was it worth all the time? Every second we watched it fly by. Was it worth all the fear? I just want you to know I was here. What if I feel alone? I'm at the wheel but I've lost all control. For all of the money I have on this earth, I give it away for a life in reverse. Hoping one day we'll start again. Right the wrongs and I'll be your best friend. All I wanted was a life for me and for you. Hoping one day I'll see you smile. I can make all of this turn out right. All I wanted was to swim in the dark if I'm thrown in the deep end. Can't keep living the lie. I'll tell them everything's fine. I'm living the lie. They're just wasting my time. I can handle the truth, but it's better coming from you. Can't keep living the lie. I'll tell them everything's fine. I'm living the lie. They're just wasting my time. I can handle the truth, but it's better coming from you. What if I've had enough and I sink down? Would you give me your hand? I'll give you my heart. Hoping one day we'll start again. Right the wrongs and I'll be your best friend. All I wanted was a life for me and for you. Hoping one day I'll see you smile. I can make all of this turn out right. All I wanted was to swim in the dark if I'm thrown in the deep end. And I'm thrown in the deep end. For all of the money I have on this earth, I give it away for a life in reverse.
Hope you enjoyed that. That was Matt Underdown with Deep End. And you can also find Matt playing in his band, hard-hitting rock band called Erica Drive. And hopefully when this all ends and music venues are open, we can get to see the band live again. Right, next up is a band called Inhaler. And you may have heard of them, you may have not. The lead singer is the son of Bono from U2. And as I'm sure most of you that know me, I'm a huge U2 fan. Love them forever. And it was inevitable that I was always going to be checking this band out. And we went to see them at Heartbreakers in Southampton. And it was a bit strange because it was a bunch of 50-year-old U2 fans. There's myself, Declan, Carl, Pete, Ross. And I got to meet him. I was little in awe of Elijah, Bono's son, and got to shake his hand and had a little chat with him. And top bloke. But his band is flying, and he's had some stadium shows with Noel Gallagher. They supported Blossoms, and I'm sure having a father like Bono opens a few doors, definitely. But you know, don't be put off by that if you don't like U2, because the music's nothing like U2. It's you know, really good sort of indie rock with some some new twist to it. And this is a video that I took on the night at Heartbreakers, and this is called My King Will Be Kind. So enjoy Inhaler. Next up, we have a band from Bournemouth called Marble Tides, and band I've seen quite a lot. They formed after another band, Greyside, split up, and I remember they played the old fire station supporting the Hoosiers, and literally after that show they went their separate ways. Marble Tides was one of the bands and Cherry Lotus was the other band, and Marble Tides is fronted by a huge frontman called Brandon, and Brandon is just a presence on stage, and he's surrounded himself with some absolutely fantastic musicians, some guitar, bass, drums, great tunes, well written. And this next tune is their new single called The Wanderer. Don't worry, it's not a Status Quo cover, it's one of their own, and the recording that we've got is a live recording that was made before the lockdown happens, and I think you're going to love it. So check out Marble Tides and The Wanderer.
thought I'd be reverie. delivery. I swear I'll be dancing so you're the second chances. Oh, I said bravery, I need to come from me. I'm not who I'm supposed to be. I swear around me, you give me second chances.
Hope you enjoyed Marble Tides. Next up we have, I suppose, a friend, a guy that's from the West Country. I remember seeing him many years ago in the 90s as a solo artist, and guy that puts a smile on your face. And I was recently reunited with him at a bash a friend was putting on in Aldershot, and he reminded me of the troubadours, a good old singer-songwriter that is relentless in finding the perfect song. He writes a huge amount of songs, got a lot of great records. And Wob is just someone who I admire. His drive, his passion. And during the lockdown, I think he's on day 75. He is literally put out there songs every day, live songs from his home, taking requests from people, generally trying to up the mood. He also does events for children. He's an all-round entertainer, and he's produced, busy man, but he's produced a song for us, again, live from his home. And yeah, you're going to enjoy this. This is Buckle by Wob.
Buckle up, there's a rough ride coming. Batten down hatches to keep your powder dry. Best stay away with sharp tongues and matches. Cause as you sharp ears and they got carrying eyes. Lick your words, get up, read room. Draw your friends around you. Turn a face the magnanimity with grace. But know that we will keep on believing. Lick your wounds, get up, regroup. Draw your friends around you. Lick your wounds, get up, regroup. Draw your friends around you. Buckle up, there's a rough tide coming. They fog tongues and carrying eyes. They fog tongues and carrying eyes. They fog tongues and carrying eyes.
Hello again. Getting bored of me, I'm sure you are. All this chatting. I'm sure you'd rather be listening to music. I certainly would anyway. Right, so next we've got some blues for you. We've got two wonderful artists that I've come across. The first one, a lady called Rebecca Downs, who I first saw supporting Magnum in Southampton. More recently, she came down and played just down the road in Wareham at the Winter's End Festival. And yeah, absolute great performance. Got a good band behind her, and I was honoured when she offered to do a track for the show. And this is recording at home and called "Screaming Your Name." So hang around for that. And then straight after that will be a local girl, Charlie Cole. She came on the Hope FM show that I was presenting recently, and yeah, somebody who used to be into music back in the day and sort of went away from it, I should say, having a family, and came back to it and just started writing music. She found it her calling, and creates some really good music, whether a duo, solo, in a band. She played the Live and Unheard event at the Lighthouse with her cigar box guitar and bit of slide guitar, and yeah, absolutely talented young lady. And she's from here in Dorset. So Charlie Cole, and she's going to be performing live behind bars. So enjoy about 8 minutes or so blues.
Got so much to say. These bitter pills I take are weighing down on me, when all I need is release. And I don't understand why you care not see that deep inside I scream, and I'm screaming your name. Is it over? Can't get away. I told you, you're locked inside me, and even though I can't breathe, all I want is you. Screaming your name. I've got so much to lose. You know that it's the truth, that this beast inside won't ever let this die. And you don't understand why you care not see that deep inside I scream, and I'm screaming your name. Is it over? Can't get away. I told you, you're locked inside me, and even though I can't breathe, all I want is you. Screaming your name. You can stop this feeling breaking down your walls, and I can see the meaning. What is this really for? Need you to love me, need so much to be loved, so I feel like I'm worthy, good enough. And I'm screaming your name, and I'm screaming your name. And though you're locked inside me, and even though I can't breathe, all I want is you. And I'm screaming your name. Is it over? Can't get away. I told you, you're locked inside me, and even though I can't breathe, all I want is you. Screaming your name.
Right, this next tune is been put together by a guy called Nick Parker. Nick is a singer-songwriter that has toured the length and breadth of this country and much of Europe as well. You may have seen him performing with bands like Ferocious Dog. He supported Blackwater County at the old fire station. And he's put a series of songs together during the lockdown where he has got people that don't know each other together to record a song. It's like a cover song. And the people performing don't know who they're performing with until the video is actually released. So somewhat of a surprise. And the candidates that are selected for this track, there's Christian Walsh on guitar, Rich Million on drums, the wonderful Les Carter from Carter the Unstoppable Sex Machine and Ferocious Dog on bass, Joe Atkinson from, I think he's played Bad Manners, Neville Staple Band, Selector on keys, and Nick Parker himself playing guitar and singing. And it's a song by a wonderful Irish band from the 90s called the Frank and Walters. And I remember bouncing around to their tunes as a baggy indie kid back in the day. I remember them playing the old fire station, seen them supporting any number of acts. So yeah, this is After All, and a rather interesting cover, and I really hope you enjoy it. Hi, I'm back. Well, I can't believe what I'm just about to show you. back in the 90s, and probably late 80s, I was a really big fan of a band called Power Dreams. Power Dreams were a band that I first saw as a support band. I remember seeing them at the Ulu in London, and a very funny story. I remember we used to crowd surf in those days. I was obviously a lot slimmer then, and I used to jump off the stage and float on the crowd. This particular time when I was seeing Power Dreams, I literally jumped off the stage and the crowd parted and I went smack straight on the floor. Knocked myself out for about half an hour and probably missed half the gig, so a little bit disappointed. But Power Dreams, they are from Ireland. Their album Immigrants and Me was just awesome, just an amazing album. And I remember seeing them support The Mission, New Model Army. I believe they supported the Pixies, Ned's Atomic Dustbin. You know, they should have been so much bigger. You know, their songs, there's some great songs, Mother's Eyes, 100 Ways to Kill a Love. Check them out on Spotify. And I was really excited to hear lead singer Craig has announced that they're re-releasing Immigrants and Me with some bonus tracks for its anniversary. And they have a new album coming out, so very, very excited. If you've not heard of Power Dreams, check them out on Spotify. They are a really good band, and I'm sure you will really get into the songs. Craig has specially recorded an acoustic song for us, and I'm absolutely thrilled for you to see it. This is done at his home, and this is going to be 1989. A song that was a bonus song, I believe, on the greatest hits that came out, and again you can find that on Spotify, and worth checking out. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. It's been a great episode 2. Episode 3 is coming along nicely. There are a lot of special recordings I'm getting. I'm bowled over by the amount of people that are applying. There's a few real special recordings coming up, which I'm quite excited about. So enjoy Craig Walker from Power Dreams and 1989, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.